Ladies and gentlemen, confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, one small victory at a time. The most unstoppable people in the world weren't always sure of themselves, but they acted anyway. That's the secret. Confidence doesn't mean you have to be loud, aggressive, or fearless. True confidence is quiet. It's built on preparation. It's earned through action. And most of all, it's strengthened by overcoming your fears. When you stop waiting to feel ready and start moving despite the doubt, that's when confidence is born. Confidence grows in the gym of discomfort. Every time you face what scares you when you speak up, try again, fail, and still keep going, you are building a foundation that no one can shake. Unstoppable confidence doesn't come from praise or approval. It comes from knowing deep down that you can rely on yourself, no matter what. You become your own biggest ally. So if you want to build confidence that cannot be broken, stop chasing perfection and start embracing action. Do the hard things, show up for yourself, and watch what happens when you refuse to back down. One of the greatest myths about confidence is the idea that you need to feel confident before you start something new. That you have to wait until you're fully prepared, fearless, and certain before you step up and take action. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after. Think about this. When was the last time you felt truly confident doing something for the very first time? Probably never, because confidence is built through doing, not thinking. It's earned in the trenches, in the mess, in the chaos of imperfect effort. Every time you do something uncomfortable, give a speech, take a risk, raise your hand, start a new habit even when you're shaking inside. You are laying bricks in the foundation of unstoppable confidence. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is this. The successful ones don't wait to feel ready. They move anyway. They take the shot even with shaky hands. They show up to the meeting even with doubts in their head. They hit publish even when they worry no one will care. And because they act before they feel fully ready, their confidence grows. Confidence is like a muscle, and action is the weight that builds it. The more you push through hesitation, the stronger you get. And over time, you stop needing permission from fear to make your next move. You stop asking, "Am I ready?" and start saying, "Let's go." Don't fall into the trap of waiting for the perfect mindset or the perfect moment. You'll wait forever. You become confident by doing the thing that scares you, not by thinking about it. Every step forward, no matter how uncertain, is a step toward the version of you who doesn't hesitate, who doesn't hold back, who leads with boldness and belief. So, when your brain tells you, "I'm not ready," answer back with this: "Ready or not, I'm going." If you want to build real, lasting, and unstoppable confidence, you must stop avoiding discomfort. Most people think confidence means being fearless or always feeling good about yourself. But confidence is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to act despite fear. And that comes only from willingly stepping into uncomfortable situations over and over again. Discomfort is not the enemy. In fact, it is the very thing that shapes your character. When you intentionally step into situations that stretch you, whether it's public speaking, confronting a hard truth, learning a new skill, or taking a calculated risk, you're telling your brain, "I can handle this." That's how self-trust is built, and it's not enough to do it once. Repetition is everything. Doing something hard once might give you a small boost, but doing it consistently rewires your brain. It creates familiarity. What used to feel scary becomes normal. What was once uncomfortable becomes your comfort zone. This is how people go from nervous beginners to confident masters, not overnight, but through daily reps in the gym of life. Think about it like building physical strength. Lifting a weight once won't do much, but lifting it every day will transform your body. The same is true for confidence. If you avoid discomfort, you stay weak mentally. But if you choose it, lean into it, and repeat it, you become mentally unstoppable. So say yes to the discomfort that leads to growth. Accept that nervousness, anxiety, and uncertainty are part of the process. Each time you step into the unknown, you're leveling up not just in skill, but in self-respect. Repetition of discomfort creates emotional endurance. It teaches your nervous system to stay calm under pressure. It teaches your mind to trust your body, and with enough reps, the fear that once held you back becomes fuel that pushes you forward. This is one of the most powerful secrets to building unshakable confidence, and yet most people completely ignore it. You must keep the promises you make to yourself. Let that sink in, because it's easy to show up for others, your job, your boss, your friends. But when it comes to your own goals, your own routines, your own dreams, we often break those promises quietly. We say we'll wake up early, we don't. We say we'll go to the gym and skip it. We say, I'll start Monday, and then we don't. What happens every time we break a promise to ourselves? We lose trust in our own word, and confidence cannot survive without self-trust. Now imagine the opposite. Every time you say, I'm going to do this, and then you actually do it, no matter how small your brain takes note. It starts to say, wait, maybe we can count on ourselves, maybe we really do follow through. That's how the real magic starts. You don't need to conquer the world in one day. Start small. I'll meditate for 5 minutes. I'll write 1 page. I'll put my phone down at 10 p.m. and then do it over and over. That builds identity. That builds character. That's what separates confident people from those who crumble under pressure. They trust themselves, not because they're perfect, but because they've proven in private that they can be counted on. Confidence is built behind the scenes in the quiet decisions no one sees, but you always feel. So if you want to feel powerful, if you want to feel capable, if you want to feel like a force that can't be stopped, then honor your word. Not to others, to you. You become unstoppable the moment you refuse to betray yourself. If you want to absolutely destroy your confidence, there's one surefire way to do it. Compare yourself to everyone else. And let's be real, it's easy to do in today's world. You open your phone and boom, someone's got a nicer car, a better body, a perfect relationship, 1 million followers. Suddenly you feel like you're behind. Like you're not good enough. Like what you're doing doesn't even matter. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Comparison is a liar. It shows you someone else's highlight reel and makes you question your own behind the scenes struggle. And that's unfair, not to them, but to you. Confidence has nothing to do with how you stack up against someone else. It has everything to do with how you measure against the previous version of yourself. You don't need to be better than them. You need to be better than yesterday's you. Look at your progress. Look at how you kept going when it was hard. Look at how you've healed, grown, survived, and still show up. That's your scoreboard, not someone else's timeline, not someone else's success. And guess what? The people you admire, they have their own insecurities too. They're just human like you. The difference? They've probably learned to focus inward, to compete with their own standards, not the internet's. So stop scrolling and start focusing. Stop wishing for someone else's chapter 20 when you're on chapter 3. Your story is just beginning, and it's yours alone. Confidence explodes when you own your lane, when you realize that you are your only competition, and that growth happens in your time, your way, your speed. Let the world race. You build. If you want to absolutely destroy your confidence, there's one surefire way to do it. Compare yourself to everyone else. And let's be real, it's easy to do in today's world. You open your phone and boom, someone's got a nicer car, a better body, a perfect relationship, a million followers. Suddenly, you feel like you're behind, like you're not good enough, like what you're doing doesn't even matter. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Comparison is a liar. It shows you someone else's highlight reel and makes you question your own behind the scenes struggle. And that's unfair not to them, but to you. Confidence has nothing to do with how you stack up against someone else. It has everything to do with how you measure against the previous version of yourself. You don't need to be better than them. You need to be better than yesterday's you. Look at your progress. Look at how you kept going when it was hard. Look at how you've healed, grown, survived, and still show up. That's your scoreboard, not someone else's timeline, not someone else's success. And guess what? The people you admire, they have their own insecurities too. They're just human like you. The difference? They've probably learned to focus inward, to compete with their own standards, not the internet's. So stop scrolling and start focusing. Stop wishing for someone else's chapter 20 when you're on chapter 3. Your story is just beginning and it's yours alone. Confidence explodes when you own your lane, when you realize that you are your only competition and that growth happens in your time, your way, your speed. Let the world race, you build. If you want to build confidence that cannot be shaken, you've got to stop running from failure and start running toward the lessons inside it. Here's the truth most people never realize. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the foundation of it. Every confident person you admire has failed more times than the average person has even tried. The difference: they didn't quit. They didn't shrink. They learned, they adapted, and they came back swinging harder every time. Failure is not a signal to stop. It's a signal that you're in the arena. It means you're doing something that matters, that you're stretching, that you're not playing it safe. Confidence isn't built by always winning, it's built by getting back up when you don't. Every time you fail and refuse to quit, you add another layer to your armor. You tell yourself, I can take the hit and still move forward. That's real strength. That's unstoppable. Most people avoid failure because they're afraid of looking foolish. But here's a secret. The people who succeed in life do look foolish in the beginning. They mess up in public. They get rejected. They get criticized. But while others are too scared to try, they're out there learning, growing, building. So don't fear failure. Study it. Welcome it. Fail forward. Every failure is feedback. It's data. It's a stepping stone. Miss the mark. Adjust. Got rejected. Redirect. Fell short. Stand taller next time. You are not defined by your losses. You are defined by how you rise after them. And once you start treating failure like a trainer, not a trauma, your confidence will evolve into something that no one can touch because you'll know there's no mistake that can stop your momentum. Want real, raw, unstoppable confidence? Then understand this truth. Confidence is a byproduct of competence, and competence comes from repetition. So many people are searching for hacks, motivational quotes, or mindset tricks to feel more confident, but they're skipping the most important piece of the puzzle: doing the work until you get good at it. Period. You don't become confident at public speaking by watching TED Talks. You become confident by standing up, trembling voice and all, and doing it again and again and again. You don't become confident in your craft, your fitness, your business, or your skills by thinking about it. You become confident by showing up consistently, even when the results aren't instant. Confidence that lasts is built in the reps. The more you practice something even badly at first, the more you wire your brain to handle it, the more natural it becomes, and the more you start to say, I've been here before. I can handle this. I know what I'm doing. That's real power. Because, let's be honest, no one feels confident doing something they suck at. But that's not permanent. You're not bad. You're just early in the process. And the only thing standing between where you are now and full Blown confidence is one word: consistency. Practice in silence, improve in private, then perform with power. It's not about perfection, it's about repetition. Every skill, every muscle, every mindset gets stronger with reps. Whether it's learning to speak, lead, sell, create, perform, confidence comes from doing it enough times that your brain says, "We've got this." So don't sit around waiting for confidence to appear. Pick one area, practice it daily, track your progress, and watch how your confidence rises with your competence, like a tide lifting a ship. Here's a truth that will either unlock your confidence or keep it in a cage. The people you surround yourself with are either feeding your fire or putting it out. Confidence doesn't grow in toxic soil. You could be doing the work, showing up, improving daily. But if your circle is full of negative, draining, small-minded people who constantly tear you down, second, guess your ideas, or make you feel too much, your confidence will shrink, no matter how hard you try. Now flip that. Imagine being surrounded by people who believe in you, who challenge you to level up, who cheer when you win and correct you when you're slipping, not out of hate, but out of love and belief. That kind of energy, it's rocket fuel. You see, confidence isn't just internal, it's also relational. We reflect the energy we absorb. If everyone around you plays small, plays scared, or mocks ambition, guess what? That mindset rubs off. You start to think maybe dreaming big is unrealistic. Maybe trying again is dumb. Maybe you are asking too much. No, you're not. You just need to protect your space. It's your circle. Ask yourself, who lifts me up? Who challenges me to be better? Who celebrates my growth instead of competing with it? And if your current environment is negative, don't panic. You don't need to cut everyone off overnight. But you do need to start surrounding yourself with people, voices, books, videos, mentors that push you forward, not backward. Feed your mind with inspiration. Feed your soul with truth. Feed your life with people who light your fire, not those who drain your battery. Your environment either limits your confidence or multiplies it. Choose wisely, because when you're surrounded by positive energy, high standards, and relentless belief, you stop doubting yourself. You start rising. You become someone who expects to win, because everyone around you sees you as a winner too.